Linda Reynolds speaking publicly for the first time since the Chief of the Defence Force yesterday released the redacted findings after a 4-year investigation into allegations that war crimes had taken place at the hands of SAS soldiers in Afghanistan. Paul Brereton, the man who was in charge of this secretive inquiry, is recommending that 19 current and former SAS soldiers face potential criminal charges over the unlawful killing of 39 individuals. The Defence Minister today speaking about the fact that this should not be a stain on all members of the Australian Defence Force, but she has reflected on how she felt when she read this inquiry.
How do I feel? I got the report 2 weeks ago and it made me physically ill, and it was a very distressing read. We have to accept it for what it is. This is not fog of war. These are allegations of absolute clear-cut murder and war crimes.
One of the first actions taken in the wake of this inquiry has been the Chief of Army striking the 2nd Battalion off the Army's Orbat. Yesterday, Rick Burr was actually in Perth with the SAS when the Chief of the Defence Force handed this report down. Today, the Defence Minister pushed on whether this was the right approach, given not everyone in that squadron did the wrong thing.
It is highly significant, and I discussed it with the Chief of Army yesterday. And he was a commander of the squadron himself, so it was I think it's sort of akin to putting a sword in his own heart. But I think it is I support the decision, and it will be, as the CDF said yesterday, an enduring reminder to all of those in the regiment and in the Special Operations Command of what happened, and that it cannot ever happen again.
John Howard was the Prime Minister who committed Australian troops to fight in Afghanistan back in 2001. In the last hour or so, he's released a statement publicly. He says, quote, "I remain intensely proud of the bravery and professionalism of those forces in the years that followed." He goes on to say, though, that he felt distressed reading the damning findings, adding, quote, "Such conduct is totally at odds with the values, beliefs and practices of our military forces."